Let's do a Tokyo Disney haul. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Agus and I'm so excited for today's video, you guys. We are gonna do a Tokyo Disney haul. My husband and I got back from our honeymoon in Japan last week, which honestly, like, that means the honeymoon started 3 weeks ago. Like, what is time and where does time go? It's actually insane, but it was the absolute best trip. I will link the vlog down below. It's mostly like montage vibes because it was like, you know, being in the moment. I honestly didn't film too much, but I will link it down below in case you are curious. But we did get to do 3 Disney days, you guys. I love Disney so much, and my husband has been Disney-fied. He had been to Disney parks before, but it's just, I mean, I love it, and I think he's come to love it a lot as well. So we had the absolute best time. We did 2 days at Tokyo Disney Sea and 1 day at Disneyland. If you guys have any questions about planning your trip to Disney, let me know down below. I would be so happy to help because I know it requires strategy and there is a lot to think about. So if there's any way I can help, let me know, because we got done literally everything we wanted to do. So just let me know in the comments. I love Disney and I studied these parks and I had a great time doing it. But anyways, without further ado, let's get to the haul, you guys. Tokyo Disney merch is just on another level, and also prices are like 1/3 of, you know, compared to the other parks in Europe and the US, which is insane. And the merch is just also different from everything you can see, and it is just so pretty. And there's this one store at Disney Springs that I had seen enough videos to know that I knew I wanted to go out, and I literally just grabbed a little basket and I was just the happiest ever. It was just such a good time. I just wanted to share it today with you guys, everything that we got. This was March 2026, in case that helps. The merch does turn around quite quickly, so I will say if you see something, get it, because sometimes things just leave or they change locations and stuff. You won't see a person without a bag. Everybody's buying stuff in that park, so I would just recommend, if you see something, just go ahead and get it. I'll split this video up in like different categories, so I will put the times in the description in case you want to skip to a certain specific item. But let's get started. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna start with Nuimos. If you guys know Nuimos, they're like little bag pals that you can buy. They don't make them anymore in the US, but they still have some in Tokyo. So I got Anna and Elsa, you guys. I love collecting the Disney princesses. I wore Belle to Disneyland because they have the Beauty and the Beast ride, and I love her so much. I have a quite big collection, so I really wanted these, especially because World of Frozen is opening in Disneyland Paris, which is the closest park to me. So I was very excited to get these two. I had always been eyeing them up on eBay, so I'm glad I waited because they were a lot cheaper than you can get them on eBay. But I got those at the Disney store and not at the parks, just as an FYI, no Nuimos at the parks. Then we're gonna do ears, you guys. They have such elite ears, and I would say that if you don't, you know, if you're waiting to buy them at the park, I would say maybe wait like an hour-ish to buy them, because the shops when the day starts are full because everybody wants to get their ears for the day, which is completely understandable. They're a necessary accessory, but it's just chaotic. So I would recommend, if you get a bit overwhelmed, just give it an hour and then you'll have the store, not to yourself, but big difference. But anyways, let's get started. The first ones that I got are these little sky blue kind of lacy ones. They are very, very pretty. I just like the details, and I really like the lace, and they're very different to anything I've seen around here, so I really like those. Those were the first ones that I got. Then, like I said, there's the Beauty and the Beast ride. Belle is my favorite princess, so I could not leave without these. Look at how stunning they are. I just love the fact that they have this from her little dress. Honestly, having Belle's dress was a dream, and I used to have a little costume of her. I love Belle, so these were a necessity, and they are just so pretty. I love the glittery bow here. Just stunning. I love them so much, in the rose. And then the details here, everything about them, absolutely stunning. And then I do think these might be my favorite ones. I only bought 3 pairs. Look at the glitter in that. Excuse me? I was like, really, this was the last pair I bought. I was really on the fence. Like, I wanted one last pair for the last day, and I was really on the fence about which ones because there were so many, and I kept seeing girls with these on, and I could just put them a mile away because of how much they glitter. So I was like, those are the ones. You're coming home with me. And I wore them the last day, and you guys, I loved them with all my heart. And also it's kind of cool because you can give like make it pink, make it blue vibes for Sleeping Beauty, but then I also wore them with like a Tinkerbell keychain because also her wings, so I feel like you can tie them to so many different characters. So just gorgeous. Nothing else to say about that. So anyways, those are the 3 pairs of ears that I got. Now let's do a little bit of home. This is the mug Harry got. He now has a couple Disney mugs, which makes me a very proud wife, but this is the one he chose. This is the one I got, which has the little map, and honestly I've been using it the whole week, and every time I use it I discover something new, but it has so many little details and different characters from around the different things, and it's just so cute. So I love this one, and it is the perfect size. Like, it looks big, but it's the perfect size. And then we got this bowl, which we have been using non-stop. You guys, it is so pretty, and I love that it has different things of the different parks. Like, it has some Disneyland, but it also has some Disney Sea, and it's just so pretty. So we got that there. There are a lot of home shops, so I definitely recommend kind of taking a look at all of them, but very pretty stuff. And then I guess kind of related to home, we can do bathroom stuff. This little headband, which is just to, you know, wash your face, makeup, very pretty. I have used it this week and it's very comfy. They have a lot of them. They had some Baymax ones as well when we were there, but I really liked the Cinderella one. Then I got 2 bath bombs. I got this one at Fantasy Springs, and what's really cool about them is that you can get a little toy. So I figured that was kind of like a delayed present, so I think I'm gonna use one of them today. I'm very excited. But yeah, this one is Fantasy Springs, and you can get Olaf, Pascal, Tinkerbell, or Cheese. You guys, I love Cheese so much. I'll show you a little bit more later, but Cheese is my life. When we went on the Tinkerbell ride, there's a huge Cheese. I was having a great time. Tinkerbell was everything to me growing up, and she still is. I love Tinkerbell so much, but I was such a Tinkerbell girly in all the Tinkerbell films. Like, seeing Cheese was everything. Anyways, I'll insert a picture of Cheese here because he's such an icon. This is more of a general pack, and you can get Mickey, Minnie, Donald, or Daisy. So we'll see which one I do today. I'm kind of tempted to do the Fantasy Springs one just because I like the options better, but I'm like, do I leave the best one to last? I don't know. But anyways, got those 2. I'm not really a bath girly, but when I saw these, I was like, I don't have a choice. I have to get this. And then I got 2 towels. They sell a lot of mini little towels. Again, you can see Tinkerbell here. Just because in a lot of toilets in Tokyo, they don't have paper towels or hand dryers. It's just a thing that people carry their own little towels there, so they sell lots of these. I did get it towards the end of the trip, which to be honest I probably should have gotten it at the beginning, but it was still very cute. And then I got a normal hand towel. It just has like different castle details, and it is very cute. They have so many towels, you guys, also of this size, especially at Disneyland. They had an insane amount of towels, and also they had some big sizer ones. So if you're looking for towels, they've got lots. So that is it on the home and toilet stuff. Should we do stationery? You guys, Tokyo, Japan, Disney, stationery, amazing. If you're a stationery girly, if you're a scrapbook girly, it's so cool. And also in Disney Sea, there's literally a shop called Stationery. It's called Stationery something, I can't remember the name, but it is close to the entrance. And if you want to get pens, stickers, notebooks, anything, I recommend you stop there. Literally, like, you go in, it's kind of to the right before you turn left. So cool, and it had so many pretty things, so let me just show you some of them. First of all, there's this little pack, which is kind of like a Fantasy Springs themed one, and it has like the shape of a book, but when you go inside, it has a little notepad and then some stickers, which are all Fantasy Springs themed. Very cute, and again, the packaging did win for me. That's the biggest reason I was tempted. It was just very cute. So that was in that shop. They also had these little notepads. I love that a lot of things come in big packs because then you can also buy some and use them as presents and stuff. These are very cute because they all have different drawings of the different areas, and you have here like Western Land, you have American Waterfront and Port Discovery, Mermaid Lagoon, Arabian Coast, and Lost River Delta, then Tokyo Disneyland, and Mediterranean Harbor. And then all of the pages are themed, so they're very pretty, and I love a little notebook, and these were perfect because they weren't too big, so Love these. Then you guys, I got so many pens, and again, I feel like this is the perfect pack because I got some to keep for myself but also some to give out as presents. So let me show you the different types that I got. I got this one, which is kind of park theme. It came with 4 more, but very, very pretty, just like little park theming moment. Then I got these, which are highlighters, and they have little Minnie ears on them. Very, very cute. Then I got a little Disney princess collection. It also brought like, oh, I don't know how many, but like 6 maybe of different Disney princesses. Last but most certainly not least, I got these 2 that are like the iconic Tokyo Disney balloon. There's a lot of Tokyo Disney balloon kind of merch. I was hoping to get the sweatshirt that they have of this, but they didn't have it while we were there. I don't know if it's old or where it's gone, but it wasn't there. But very cute merch with the balloons. They also have a lot of keychains and stuff. So yeah, those are the pens that I got. It does, again, I have more here, but they're kind of the same, from the same packets, but they're all very cute, and they have so many, you guys. So if you want to use them as presents or just to keep for yourself, very, very cool. And then more on the stickers. These 2 are from the Disney store. I got this pack, which is like transparent Disney princess stickers, and then I got this little Chip and Dale one. Very cute. Lots of stickers at the Disney store. And then last but not least, Groot has taken over It's a Small World at Disneyland, and they have a bunch of kind of merch. I don't know if you'll be able to see it because I took out the the paper behind, but it's literally just Groot kind of dressed up as different It's a Small World things. Very cute. I wanted to get something from the ride because it was different to all the other It's a Small Worlds I had ever been. So I figured stickers was a cute thing because I didn't love the rest of the stuff. And stickers do it for me every time. I was the type of girl though that hated to use stickers, and I would just want to save them for years, and I still have stickers from my childhood, which is nuts. But I'm practicing. I'm doing better at actually using them, because what am I saving them for? Who knows? Who knows? Should we do keychains? I think we're gonna do keychains. You guys, keychains are a big deal there. They have so many for every different taste, every different style. You will find something. There is so many. So let's get started. First of all, we have these 2. We have Wendy and Tinkerbell. They were keychains, and I wore them, one on the first day, one on the last day, but I have removed the little things that make them keychains because I want to keep them as plushies. And then they also had the clip-ons on their arms, but I also cut those because, again, I want to keep them as plushies. I kept the chain to attach them as keychains. I can still use them as that, but I wouldn't have used the clip-ons, so I figured I could just cut that. They have so many of these. They also had Peter, but I just love Wendy and Tinkerbell so much, so I figured they were a great one to have. And I was so happy that they have Wendy merch because Wendy just doesn't usually get merch, so I was very excited when I saw this. Then they also have this Minnie. They also have a Mickey. She's again a keychain, but you can also clip her in the back. This one is from the Fantasy Springs Hotel, as it says in the tag. We didn't stay there, but they still sold them at the store, so I really liked her dress and I liked this, so I got her. Then, like I was saying, I love cheese, and in that Fantasy Springs store they have so many Tinkerbell, Rapunzel, and Frozen things. I had to get cheese. He's such a little icon. Like, look at him. He's just so cute. I had to bring him home. Again, he's also a little keychain, but I'll probably be using him more as decoration. He's just adorable, so he had to come home with me. Then they also have a lot of Minnie Ears, like Minnie Ears, but Minnie Ears as keychains. So I got a couple of those. Here is the Tinkerbell one. You guys, I was a bit iffy about getting these because of that, and I'm scared it's gonna break. But in my head, I was like, I'd rather have it and it break than not have it at all. So I got these. They are so pretty. I also got some pink ones, very, very cute. I got these Elsa ones. They're very cute as well. They have little snowflakes on them. Last of the year ones, I got these black and gold ones. Very pretty as well. I love the bow on this one. It's quite a lot thicker. I got this little Dumbo, which is meant to be like a popcorn bucket. Popcorn buckets are really famous in Tokyo Disney, so I thought that was quite a fun thing to get, and it's got a little mini popcorn Dumbo in there. So it was cute. It was cute to get. They had many different characters of these. Then they have ear holders, which I think is such a genius idea, because sometimes you need to take them on and off for rides, or your head just hurts, or you just want them off. And they have these keychains that are literally ear holders. And I got this one, which has a white bow and then pink and blue down there, and you literally just like unclip and clip. So helpful, you guys. I used it all 3 days. It was awesome. Then there's one I'm already using, but they had this little 3-pack Well, also this one is one of them. Hold on, let's go here first. They have these, very cool. But then they also had this 3-pack of Fantasy Springs. It was Tinkerbell, Peter, and Cheese. And again, we're seeing a pattern here, but I just had to get these. Very, very cute. We got this Winnie the Pooh one. This one is from the iconic hats that they sell. He is so cute. And you could literally like tie it to something if you wanted, like a toy, but he's cute. And then last but not least, I don't know if this is technically a keychain, but we got the little popcorn tongs. I guess you can use it as a keychain, and it's got little mini Mickey popcorn, and it's literally just tongs. Did we use them? No. But it was just there. It was tempting. It was tempting. So that is it on keychains. Then also kind of on Fantasy Springs themed, I just wanted to share, they sell a lot of like random packs, and I got this little Fantasy Springs statue one. You could get either Frozen, Rapunzel, or Peter Pan, and I got Peter Pan, which was cool. I would have been happy with all of them because they're so cool, so that was awesome to get. Next, I say we do magnets. Magnets, we didn't see that many, but I still managed to get what I wanted in the basics. We got a Tokyo Disneyland one and a Tokyo Disney Sea one. These come in a pack. And then we did get to ride Beauty and the Beast, you guys. It was down the whole morning. I was so scared we weren't gonna be able to ride it, and we only had one day at Disneyland, but thankfully came back on and we were able to ride it. New favorite ride forever. So I got this little magnet, very cute. Just says the name of the ride, Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast. Cute. Next, let's do snacks. Also from the Beauty and the Beast, I got this chocolate box. I just love the tints that they have there. They're very, very pretty. And also when you open it, it's got something inside as well. And that one came with little chocolates. The packaging, you guys, always wins, but yeah, came with little chocolates. Very, very cute. But I just love these. I've already put them on my shelves as decor because I love them. And also very similar vibes. They had one at Fantasy Springs. Very, very similar, kind of same concept. And then you open it and you've got that. And that one came with more chocolate. I haven't tried these yet. I'm very intrigued. And then my last tin is this one. Oh, I've got stuff inside. Again, from Fantasy Springs. As you can tell, that was my favorite area. And it just has a lot of different characters. And these are all the same ones that you have in the stickers that I got. Like, you've got all of these. And that one came with some sort of, like, salty snack. I can't say I liked the flavor of these, but here for the packaging. And then last but not least on snacks, we did get a popcorn bucket. As I said, they're very popular in Tokyo. Well, I think in every park, but Tokyo Disney does them on another level. They have so many, and on the last day we were like, oh, should we not, should we? And then we found this one, which was a popcorn bucket of a popcorn stand. And we were like, it's perfect, because we had so much popcorn, so we were like, it's perfect to commemorate the trip. And it is just so pretty. It's literally, yeah, a popcorn stand as a popcorn bucket. And we thought it was really cute. Harry wore it for a while. We're big fans, big fans. Next, we're gonna do apparel. I didn't get that much, but I got this tote bag, which I really, really liked. They also had it in black and white, like the other way around. So this black and then this white. I like this one more, but they're both so pretty, and it's a great size. I used it to come home on the plane and have all my necessities. Perfect size, it fit everything. It's got a little clip on, and then it's got a pocket inside, and then you've got some pockets in the front here. Literally super handy. Can't wait to keep using it. I found these slippers. I have been wearing them non-stop this week. As you can see, I've already marked them, but I love them. I love Chippendale so much, so when I saw those, I was like, you're coming home with me. Then in Westerland, I found this Mickey sweatshirt, Mickey as a little cowboy. They also had Minnie in yellow, but I prefer just, yeah, I don't know. I just preferred this one, so I got this one, but they also have Minnie in yellow if you're looking to have a little matchy moment. And then for t-shirts, I got this one of Peter Pan, Peter Pan's Neverland Adventure. That was the first and last ride that we did, so it felt quite fitting. And then in the back, again, it's got Wendy. I haven't had a chance to wear this yet because it was cold in Tokyo and it's cold at home. So I haven't worn it yet, but I really, really like it. I got it in kind of like an oversized size just to kind of wear at home. That was cool. That is apparel. Oh, actually, hold on. Iconic apparel moment. Harry got this. Yeah. This doesn't need any more explanation than this. Like, that's what it is. yeah, iconic. They have so many of these hats. Harry said he wanted one because there were so many people wearing them. It was cold, so it was perfect, and it's actually the softest thing ever. Last but not least, we're gonna do Duffy and Friends. Duffy and Friends are, well, it kind of originates from Duffy being Mickey's teddy bear when he's away traveling, and I don't know how it evolved into Duffy having his own friends, and they're very iconic in the Asia parks, and they have so much merch. I will say the merch for Duffy and Friends is only at Tokyo Disney Sea, so if you're doing Disney Sea and then Disneyland and you're like, oh, I'll wait to get it at Disneyland, don't, because you will not find anything. Just as a FYI, there are multiple stores that have them. There's a couple specific Duffy ones, but then you can also find them around different stores. Definitely buy it. Buy it when you see it, because they don't have it at the Disney store and they don't have it at Disneyland. So only Disney Sea. Let's start here. I got a little, well, a big Linabelle. She is so cute. They have so many different sizes of all the characters. They have the big plushes, they have little hand puppets, they have small keychains, big keychains, dressed keychains, undressed keychains, all the varieties you can want. But of the big ones, I chose to get her. I love her and I love her so much. I also got her in a little mini one. She is sitting down. She's so cute. In that same size, I got Olumel. He's so cute. Got a little Mickey in the back. And then as one of the standing and dressed ones, I got Duffy in his customary sailor outfit. I like that all of the plushies also come with a little story time sort of thing, which is very cute. And then the last Duffy and Friends thing I got was, they had this mini packets and you could get them in a box that you would get a random one, but I was like, I know I want them all, so I just got a box that had all of them. What's really cool about Disney Tokyo is that you can just get the box that holds all of them. That can be with pins or any sort of collectibles. You can either buy a random one or you buy a box that guarantees you're gonna get one of each. I love them so much. They're literally like this. That's just it, but they're very cute. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I love her with her little biscuits in her basket. And this one, she's reading. Like, that's iconic. So I love her so much. But that was everything on my Tokyo Disney haul. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. I would love to chat all things Disney. But honestly, I had been watching videos for months leading up to this trip. Well, even before, because I just loved watching videos about Tokyo Disney, but when it was leading up to it, I just wanted to do as much research and just kind of to see what was there. And it's just so exciting to be there. It is literally the most magical place, and Tokyo Disney Sea is probably one of my favorite parks I've ever been to. It was magical, it was so immersive, and everything is just so big. So if you're planning a trip there, let me know, and I hope you enjoy your time there, because it is just the most magical place. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye!